YouTube, my name is Mike. I go by DJAXCESS, and thank you for joining me at the channel where we aim to build a better DJ community together. Today I'm at Franklin Park Conservatory outside of the Palm House for an outdoor wedding, and I have with me the 4-bar Hex ILS. Hex for RGB plus white, amber, and UV, which I don't think anyone uses, but it's there for you, and ILS for the Intelligent Light System. This is Chauvet's proprietary light designer. I don't know anyone who uses it. I talk to a lot of DJs. I think most of us are using DMX, but I think there's a ton of information on the Gig Bar Move or some of their other Chauvet products. There's not a ton of information on this, and that's a shame because I think this is gonna be a great light. Now, I've not used it yet, but I mean, you see what's behind me. It's 7 diodes here. I had the predecessor, which had 3 diodes. I don't think it was Hex, I think it was quad, so RGBW. But for something simple where you just need to get in, get out, and you don't want a bunch of dots on the bride and groom's faces messing up your photographer photos, I think this is a great light. I mean, it's basically the same as a moving head without fog, right? Because if you have fog, yeah, moving heads are so cool, we love them, but a ton of the venues in Columbus don't allow you to use fog. So really what they are wash lights, which is what we get when we have this. So unless you're using gobos or something like that. So if you find something helpful or interesting, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment with any questions you have about this system below, and I will have a Amazon affiliate link in the description. So if you'd like to support the channel without any cost to you, you can just click that link, even if you're not buying this, but for anything, and I'll get a nice little tip. So let's get into the video. One of the great things about this light is it's a complete package. Depending on where you get it, you get the tripod. The tripod has its own case. You get the light bar has a case, and then on the case there's a pouch where you can put the foot pedal. Again, I'm not gonna say I threw it away, but I kind of tucked it away. I'm not gonna be using that. I'd rather put an extension cord. Down here's the power cable. It basically reaches to about 70% of the tripod length, so I just put an extra extension cord, so that's one less thing I have to worry about. And then it comes with a remote as well as the ILS system. You have to buy a separate thing to use it with ILS, which is why I'm gonna be using the remote. I think this is plenty, it's all I need. It's gonna give me the color wash that I need, auto, sound active, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna show you some scenes of this light for the dance floor a little bit later. Again, I had the predecessor and it was good, but this is a little bit bigger wedding. We're outside. I wanna put a little bit more light on the dance floor, so I got this one. So the one I had before was the Chauvet LT-BT, and it had 3 of these diodes instead of the 7. So just a little bit more light, and I think it'll be great for the party. Some of you might be asking, Mike, why would you get this and not a Gig Bar Move? The Gig Bar Move, the moving heads are okay. Again, if you don't have fog, I don't really see a difference between moving heads and these when it comes to a dancer. If you're looking at the light as a DJ, you're gonna, oh yeah, it's moving around thing. But when you're on the dance floor, you're not really noticing that, again, unless you have haze, which again, venues in Columbus don't really allow haze. The other thing is those derbies. Those derbies are making your photographer and videographer friends so mad, especially with those green dots. Oh, and if you have the laser that comes with it, take that laser off immediately. Again, you don't have haze, the laser's not doing anything for you. So take the laser off, take those derby off, and maybe you can leave the 2 moving heads and the 2 lights that look like this, but then why not just get this? And it's Hex, so you're getting the white, the amber in case someone else brought up lights, or you're bringing the up lights and you want to match those. You get a solid color, you're not mixing RGB. So I think this is a much, much, much better light than the Gig Bar Move. Some of you might disagree with me, and you can talk about it in the comments, and that's fine. We have a little difference of agreement. But I'm telling you, as someone whose wife is a photographer, who works with a ton of videography friends, who does a lot of content, you do not want dots, and especially green dots, on their subject. So if I'm the photographer and I'm out on the dance floor and you have your Gig Bar Move with the laser going off even though there's no haze, or the derby effect that's going like this and putting a bunch of dots on people, when I'm taking photos, now in all my photos I got dots all over the bride and groom, all over the great shot. And then I have 2 choices. I deliver like that, or I go through the painstaking process of editing each dot out, messing with the saturations. Maybe I have to make the photo black and white, even though it would have made a great color photo. So again, if you're using the Gig Bar Move, you don't have to change it, but just consider that if you're trying to go up in price point. The higher you go up in price point, the more particular these videographers, planners are going to be. So this is just a simple wash light. It's not gonna do anything fancy. Again, we're outside. I can't bring all of my equipment that costs thousands of dollars. What if it rains? What if there's wind, dust everywhere, bugs. I'm not the type of person who paints my gear or wipes it down after a gig, so I'd rather have a dedicated outdoor setup, and that's exactly what this is. So again, this is the Bar Hex ILS, and I'm almost certain I'm gonna like this light because I had its little brother, but I will show you some scenes and talk to you at the end of the night to make sure that this is a good buy. Hopefully you guys liked some of the footage that was coming from the Chauvet Bar Hex ILS. I think this light did a great job. I will say using the remote was a little bit annoying at times. I'd say it worked like 70% of the time. So when I'm trying to time it on a drop, sometimes I would miss it. But again, I think that's why they get you the foot switch, which I'm glad I didn't throw out because I think the connectivity might be a little bit better, or having you hooked to ILS. I'm still not gonna hook it up to ILS. Like I said, the remote was fine. The foot switch doesn't have a direct to color, and that is something that I like to have. The other thing was I couldn't set a color and then put it on like a fade, so it fades between the different lights, or I couldn't put it in auto mode and then have it stick to a color. Same thing with sound active. Put it on a color and then have sound active. It was kind of like if you were doing sound active, it was doing all of its programs, all of its colors and things like that. But all I would do is for the normal parts, for the verses, I would do the fade or auto, and then if it was like a big drop, I'd hit sound active and it would go crazy. And that's all I really needed to do, and it was a fine light show. I think what you pay for, because this isn't like a cheap light, I think it's like 800 bucks. I think what you end up paying for is the brightness. I mean, we were able to kind of throw all the way onto the palm house and it looked good. So I think what you're doing is paying for the brightness and then all the different hex LEDs. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. If you liked what I did, found something interesting, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below what you'd like to see next. And if you like to buy this light, there's an Amazon link in the description, and that has a free way for you to support the channel. Peace and practice.